Attackers today know that breaking complex encryption algorithms takes too much time and money, so they don't try to break the lock. Instead, they bypass the system entirely by targeting human psychology, simply asking the person holding the key to let them in. To counter this, we are going to build your personal threat evaluation framework. This is a step-by-step method to help you spot the invisible threads of human deception before you interact with them. Before we begin, you need to establish two prerequisites. You must know exactly what communication channels your organization uses officially, and you must know the exact procedure for reporting a suspicious incident to IT. The person sitting at the keyboard is often targeted as the weakest link in the security chain. By mastering this systematic evaluation, you become an impenetrable human firewall. Step 1 of the framework is auditing the context. When you receive a message containing highly specific information about you, stop and ask yourself, could someone have found this data online? Attackers execute spear phishing by conducting reconnaissance on public platforms like LinkedIn or GitHub. They pull your job title, your recent posts, and your internal lingo to craft a message so personal it seems impossible to be fake. It is a common mistake to assume an email is safe simply because it correctly references your exact job title or recent projects. Those familiar details are designed to act as a mask over the attacker's true payload. Once you have audited the context, move to step 2, flagging the psychological triggers. These are the behavioral tactics attackers use to bypass your logical defense and force you into immediate action. The two most prominent triggers are urgency and authority. Creating a ticking clock, like claiming your account will be deleted in 5 minutes, forces you to act before you can think. Combine that with an authoritative sender name, like a CEO or IT director, and you are conditioned to obey. Attackers also manipulate you through social proof, convincing you everyone else in the office has already complied. They use scarcity to trigger a fear of missing out, likability to build quick rapport so you feel bad saying no, and reciprocity, giving a small favor so you feel obligated to return a larger one. When you feel those specific emotions during an interaction, take a deliberate 10-second pause. That brief moment of reflection strips away the attacker's psychological advantage and breaks the attack cycle. Step 3 requires actively evaluating the digital delivery method. It is a vulnerability to inherently trust alerts on a mobile device more than messages on a desktop screen. This diagram shows a traditional phishing email next to smishing or SMS phishing. As the mobile text alert pulses, attackers use text messages because people check their phones faster than their emails, which instantly heightens the urgency trigger. As the third panel expands into view, we are also tracking a major 2026 trend called Quishing, or QR code phishing. Attackers place malicious QR codes in public areas, acting as a physical bridge straight into your digital device. Quishing creates a dangerous blind spot, as the security shield deflects the email and text but lets the QR code pass. Standard security software cannot easily read or filter the image of a QR code, meaning it slips right past many automated defenses. You do not need to be paranoid about every email or text you receive. The goal is simply to process these messages through your framework rather than reacting on autopilot. Understanding exactly how a threat is delivered allows you to filter it accurately. The delivery vector provides just as much intelligence as the message payload itself. This brings us to step 4, verifying voice and human vectors. We must take the threat evaluation off the screen and apply it to live interactions. Using deepfake audio, an attacker can now synthesize highly realistic vocal patterns. As the robotic waveform morphs into an organic, fluid shape, they can perfectly clone a specific manager's voice over the phone in order to authorize high-value wire transfers. This tactic relies on pretexting, the creation of a fabricated scenario. An attacker might pose as an internal auditor, claiming they urgently need to verify employee serial numbers to steal sensitive data. The strict solution to voice deception is to implement the hang up and verify rule. Disconnect the call and ring the person back using a known, trusted number from your internal company directory. Finally, we reach step 5, securing the physical space against individuals who bypass digital security entirely. The most common physical exploit is tailgating. This occurs when an unauthorized person simply follows an authorized employee into a secure building before the door closes, exploiting basic human politeness. Attackers also use physical baiting, as the camera pushes in slowly on the USB drive. By leaving a poison drive in a parking lot or break room, they trigger human curiosity, hoping you will plug it in to see what is on it, which instantly executes their malware. In an era of AI and physical deception, recognizing a voice or spotting a physical object is no longer proof of safety. Identity must always be verified through secondary channels. You now have a fully assembled threat evaluation framework. You check the context for reconnaissance, spot the psychological triggers, filter the digital vectors, and verify both voice and physical interactions. The final step of a social engineer's offensive lifecycle is the exit. Their goal is to close the interaction without leaving a trace of suspicion, ensuring the victim never realizes they have been compromised. By consistently applying this evaluation checklist, you actively break that offensive lifecycle. You expose the deception before the attacker can make their quiet exit. The next time a message demands your immediate attention, stop, take a breath, apply your framework, and report any anomalies to IT. That is how you master threat evaluation and secure your role as the ultimate human firewall.